the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
On October 9, 2077, 2 weeks prior to the atomic annihilation, the Chinese secretly began importing a secret weapon into the United States of America. Their neighboring country of Japan has been the home to a race of humanoids with black eyes and a hunger for human flesh. They are known as ghouls. Under the alliance with the Chinese government and the CCG, the plan was to smuggle ghouls into the USA and cripple the population. Unfortunately, when the first horde of ghouls arrived by ship, the bombs have already been dropped, and the world has finally entered the nuclear apocalypse. It is now in the year 2290. The ghouls are not only still alive, but have thrived. With the help of the NCR and the courier, J.C. Taylor, the ghouls remain under NCR jurisdiction. As long as the ghouls stay in line, the NCR will provide security. The only obstacle the ghouls and the NCR had to overcome was their diet for human flesh. Thankfully, with JC's contacts in Vault City, they brought them technology that will allow them to clone their own human flesh. With this at their disposal, all the humans need to do is donate their blood, and the ghouls can just grow their own human flesh to eat, and in return, the ghouls provide spare organs for medical treatments. With survival behind the ghouls, after all these years and under NCR protection, a wandering drifter named Kaneki roams the Mojave Wasteland to help anyone in need.
That's the stuff.
We find Kaneki in perhaps the last untouched pre-war coffee shop in the entire Mojave Wasteland. Sitting at the counter, Kaneki pours a hot mug of coffee from his old thermos. Dressed in an old, long, thick duster, with a hood undone behind his coal-black hair, and his pilot shades sitting on the counter. Strapped across his back is a loaded Model 1887 shotgun. Across his belt he carries a charged laser pistol, a few grenades, and a long, sharp machete holstered in its sheath.
Way too quiet in here.
Turning to his pit boy, Kaneki switches on the radio to Mr. New Vegas' broadcast.
Welcome back, listeners. This is Mr. New Vegas, fanning the flames of your passion.
There we go.
Our top story today is actually quite the interesting one. I've received reports that the NCR are remobilizing their forces back to Hoover Dam. Now, I'm not sure why, to be honest, this time. We all know the only ones who could have had a chance at taking the dam were Caesar's Legion, but after their downfall in 2281, I doubt those leaderless wannabes have a chance at taking the dam. Someone, or perhaps something else, must be coming. Quite a mystery the Mojave is throwing at us this time. You know, everyone, I always consider this desert wasteland a never-ending resource of surprises. But this one, hoo-wee, this one really has me thinking. What could be coming for Hoover Dam? Regardless, I'm sure we'll find out soon. This story is brought to you by Gomorrah. Gomorrah. It'll be our little secret. Gonna play a song for you now. And before I do, let me ask you, How do you mend a broken heart?
Kaneki remained still, staring at his drink. He didn't even flinch to the ruckus. He knows that kind of commotion anywhere.
Raiders. Didn't even finish my coffee. Oh well.
Standing up from his stool, Kaneki looked under the counter for anything he could find useful for the road. Most of the items were shattered bottles and garbage, which were rendered useless. Pressing his foot back on a wooden plank a few more times, he finds a hidden hatch.
Well, I'll be damned.
Someone hit the jackpot. Kaneki found half a dozen jars of coffee beans covered in thick dust, but in excellent condition.
Nice. Time to go.
Looks abandoned.
Hell, doesn't look like it's been looted either.
Well, jackpot for us.
Kaneki left behind one of his landmines for the raiders after he left through the back door. Now he's out on the road where he belongs. Taking a deep breath, he looks back at the old cafe.
Damn shame.
How can you mend this broken man? Yeah. How can a loser ever win? Somebody please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again.
A couple of miles down the road south, Kaneki arrives at Goodsprings. The people around him look with whispers and pointed fingers of suspicion. But Kaneki just shrugs them off by wiping sand off the collar of his long duster as he makes his way to the Prospector Saloon.
Can I help you, stranger?
Need my canteen filled with water. All the way.
Got the caps?
How much?
20 caps.
Kaneki couldn't afford that price. Not now. He's been running low on caps since his last stock up on ammo. He looked a brief moment away from Trudy's gaze, and at all the liquor bottles behind her. And then an idea popped into his mind. So he looked back at her, with an alternate price.
Would you be willing to trade?
Depends. What do you got?
Kaneki slings over his pack on the table, and gently pulls out a bottle of wine he looted from an abandoned bar a week ago. He gives it a small brush to wipe off the dust to show the year it was brewed on. In 2077.
Here, check this out.
2077? Where did you find this?
Does it really matter? Does this get my canteen filled?
Son, with a gift like this, you can have as much water as you can carry for as long as you live. Or at least until I reach the bottom of this bottle.
Trudy takes Kaneki's canteen and makes her way to the back, leaving him to himself. Rustling through his pack again, Kaneki pulls out an old bag of jerky made from human flesh.
Still good on your rations?
The sound of the woman's voice actually made Kaneki jump from his seat. He looked for the source of where he heard the voice, and he laid eyes on an old friend, wearing a leathery brown ranger hat covers her short cobalt blue hair, loose black jeans, a Kevlar vest, and a dirty dark and green long-sleeve shirt. Wrapped around her waist was a 9mm pistol and a lightweight assault rifle across her back.
Toka, what are you doing here?
I could ask the same to you, but I think we're here for the same things.
Water?
Yep. Here to collect our weekly shipment. Mind if I wait here with you?
Yeah, sure. How's the place doing? Been a while since I've been there.
It's doing well. You know you're always welcome back.
I know.
Have you ever considered it?
No, not really. You guys are better off without me.
Same old crap with you, isn't it? You always put all the blame back home. Always putting it on yourself.
Figured I didn't change much. I guess that's why you and I never had a third date.
Well, for the record, I did enjoy our first date. The second date was horrible.
Oh, well, forgive and forget. Not the only thing we can do these days.
Not all the time. I still think there's hope for you and me. You just need a reason to find one. Have you considered that?
Are you gonna go get your water and leave me alone, or are you gonna keep talking me to death?
Don't be like that. Kaneki, I'll admit, when you left I didn't blame you, but after a whole year... To be honest, I was hoping you would gather your thoughts sooner and come back to us. And come back to me. I guess I was wrong. Dead wrong. If this is really goodbye between us, I just want you to know, what happened to Hide wasn't your fault. What you're doing now is just selfish. You're running away from your own guilt. That's all you're doing.
Kaneki remained silent and turned his gaze away from Toka. She just nods her head no and puts up a face that shows how fed up she is. But on the inside, deep down, she is torn apart.
Dumbass.
Toka grabs her brown leather jacket from the coat rack provided by the saloon and slams the door hard.
Who was that?
Don't worry, just another drunk leaving.
Right, well, here's your water, filled to the brim.
Thanks. Well, I'll be seeing you.
So where are you going?
East.
The women of New Vegas ask if there's a Mrs. New Vegas. Well, of course there is. You're her. And you're still as perfect as the day we met. For our top story today, I'd like to give you an update on our search for an old friend of ours. The Sheriff of the Wastes, J.C. Taylor. Or better known as the Courier of the Mojave Express. You all remember her story, don't you? A simple delivery woman, making her rounds until she was shot in the head and brought back to life with the aid of good springs. After that, her devotion to the innocent and brutality to the guilty became legend. Hell, she managed to unite New Vegas with the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel. Now tell me, how can one woman so famous just drop off the radar? Anyway, my sources didn't have much solid ground on their report, but they said they found traces of her whereabouts on the eastern border. From what I can tell, she's leaving the Mojave Wasteland. Now, JC, if you can hear me, and if this is true, know that all of Mojave is gonna miss you. Wish you could stay, old friend. And now, let's get some music on the air. This one is for you, JC.
Good song.
Look down that lonesome road before you travel on. Look up, oh look up, and see your maker before Gabriel blow his horn.
With his hands stuffed in the pockets of his old duster, and his eyes looking towards the old paint-faded asphalt road, Kaneki makes his way east along the lonely path. After about 3 more miles of walking, Toka's words constantly haunted his mind.
What you're doing now is just selfish. You're running away from your own guilt. That's all you're doing.
Kaneki hated to admit it, but she made a good point. Maybe all he's doing is running away from his problems.
Should I?
Unfortunately, his moment of thinking short-lived when Kaneki heard the footsteps of an oncoming person from the other side of the road. He looked back to see a man in an old Letterman jacket, something not found too often in the Mojave wasteland. As he comes closer to Kaneki, he doesn't stutter. He doesn't move faster. He just ignores him as if he doesn't exist and walks at his normal pace.
Hello?
Hello there, human.
Sir, what are you wearing?
A jacket? Human?
As the mysterious man passes Kaneki, he caught the strangest scent off his person. He doesn't smell like the casual, dirty human being. He smells more like
metal.
Kaneki then walks behind the man and keeps his hand firmly tucked at his laser pistol.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question for you.
State your question, human.
Who are you?
I cannot answer that.
Okay, let me rephrase that. What are you?
I don't understand.
Why do you smell more like metal than human flesh?
Quickly, the man flew a punch to Kaneki's face, but Kaneki's reflexes were much faster than his. He swooped out his right hand and pushed the man's punch away from him, and pulled out his laser pistol.
The hell are you?
You have to be dead to find out, human.
Will I?
The other man then pulled out his own laser pistol, but his was much different. It looked a lot more high-tech, and looked like it was just made yesterday. No dirt, no grime, not even a sign that it's been shot before. Kaneki's first shot goes for the man's interesting laser pistol, which knocks it out of his hand. A few more shots into the man's chest, and the man went down on the road. He puts away his pistol and walks closer to this person, or this thing.
You're a robot?
Eliminate hostile.
This robot man kicks Kaneki away from him and pulls out a shock stick. He runs his way to Kaneki, ready to kill him. He tried to pull out his Kagine to get this done quicker, but he hasn't had enough flesh to even feel his natural power. His natural instincts isn't going to help him tonight. Kaneki had to pull out his machete instead. The robot put his shock stick in the air, preparing to swing down at Kaneki, but despite his Kagine, Kaneki was still faster. He catches the robot's wrist, twisting it behind his back, and then he starts stabbing him with his machete. Kaneki kicked the robot in the back and made it land on the side of the road.
Again, what the hell are you?
I am just the first of many more to come. The Institute will rise again.
The Institute?
Kaneki took in the moment to think, what could the Institute be? Or why is this robot pretending to be human? After a few minutes of fruitless ideas, he starts to loot the synthetic corpse for anything useful. Not even a robot can be laid to rest without scavenging for spoils.
Fusion cells. Nice, nice, nice.
The last thing Kaneki found interesting on the robot's person was a holotape.
What have we here?
Alright, 6 X-Ray Echo 7. You and your team's mission is to scout the western Mojave Desert, infiltrate the parameters, and consider what's of value and what's a threat. After our defeat in the Commonwealth, we cannot afford another setback of that size again. Here in the Mojave, we just might have a chance for redemption. The fate of humanity befalls into our hands, and we cannot let our work die in vain. Good luck.
Commonwealth?
Kaneki then stood from the dead robot's corpse and looked back west.
Guess I have no choice. Gotta go back to New Vegas. I gotta warn them. It's a bit of a hike, but fuck it.
It took all night, was a hell of a walk, and the morning is just now creaking on the other side of the horizon. Kaneki finally made it to Freeside.
About damn time.
Taking one more sip from his canteen of water wasn't enough to keep his mouth from drying up.
Good to see you, sir. Need protection to the strip? My skills with a gun are legendary.
Protection my foot, you amateur.
Well, good fucking luck to you, asshole.
Kaneki makes his way over to the strip, but on his way, he noticed something familiar in the alley. A very delicious smell he hasn't sensed all night.
Human flesh. Do you seem hungry?
Please, please don't hurt me. I'm just hungry, please.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Really? You swear?
Of course. We're ghouls. We need to look out for each other.
You're a ghoul. But you smell more human. How's that possible?
Yeah, well, I blame my human mother for that reason. My father was a ghoul in my family.
Wow.
Yeah, come on, get up. What's your name?
My name's Hinami.
Nice to meet you, Hinami. Why don't you come with me? I'm going to the strip. You can join me.
But what about the scary robots?
Don't worry. With me, they won't harm you. They know me.
How?
I'll explain on the way.
So, why are you going to the strip? What can they do for me?
I know a place where you can be safe. The Lucky 38 Casino.
I do. Am I frantic? 'Cause we've lost the spark. Is there panic when it starts turning dark? And when evening shadows creep, do I lose any sleep over you? Do I worry? You can bet your life